Former NFL quarterback Kurt Warner with his read on why Kevin Stefanski might not want to make Shedeur Sanders QB2 this week with Dillon Gabriel starting.
If we go into a game and we've got two rookies, guys that have never played at the NFL level, and there are 1 and 2 guys, okay, if we need to go to somebody that's been there before to kind of settle things down when a young quarterback doesn't have his best stuff, which we've all had those moments where we just haven't had our best stuff. And sometimes you just need to make a change and get somebody else in there. Do we want to go to another rookie quarterback in that situation and a guy that's never played in this league? And so I just think there's a lot that goes into it. And it's not always just, him not coming out and saying, oh, Shedeur is going to be our backup. Doesn't mean Shedeur isn't making progress or they're not comfortable or they don't like where he's at. I just think, when he said, I got to think about our team and I got to think about our players and where they're at and what we're doing if we go, 2 young quarterbacks and, like I said, one struggles, well, shoot, we're going to another guy that's never played again or has never played before. And now, we're in this situation as a team going, oh, my gosh, are we really in our best situation to have a chance to win this football game as opposed to having a veteran guy that's been there that maybe can settle things down and it's not going to be their first action in the NFL if they're, put into that situation and have to play.
So, Casey, and I've said this, I'm not surprised that Kevin Stefanski didn't say he was QB2. I don't know that I'd make him QB2 because he's not going to get enough reps during the week that if you have to put him in, is he going to be comfortable? And that's the main thing. When Shedeur Sanders plays in a regular season game, he should have all the reps leading into that. And that's why there is a vocal fan base that's going to be pissed off if it's Bailey Zappi as QB2. And I think it's probably the best thing for Shedeur Sanders that he not be put into that situation.
Yeah, the whole QB2 thing's overblown to me because I look at it in 2 separate buckets. And he was speaking to if a quarterback struggles and you have to replace him. I don't think that's even an option. I think if they struggle, they're going to let him struggle. We saw that with Flacco. I think you're talking about injury here. So if you're telling me that Dillon Gabriel, heaven forbid, is to go out of this game with an injury and not be able to return, I would much rather put Bailey Zappi in that position to come in, keep the thing on the rails and finish the game, than Shedeur Sanders. Where I would take umbrage is if Dillon's going to be out multiple weeks and you're telling me you're going to give Bailey Zappi a full week of preparation and start Bailey Zappi over Shedeur. That's where I would take umbrage. I think that if you know that he's going to be the starter, like you said, you can get all the practice reps, you can facilitate the game plan to his skill set, and then that's and give him the best chance to succeed. Those are the conditions I want to see Shedeur Sanders in, when he's going to be the starter and you can prepare him and the game plan around him. But if we're talking about just QB2 for the sake of that he's number 2, yeah, during the game, I would much rather Zappi have to come in and take over and kind of pick up the pieces from whatever the game plan was that week for Dillon Gabriel, as opposed to Shedeur having to do that.
And let's be honest, none of those options are good because Zappi doesn't have. He has some experience, not a ton. Mm-hmm. So if you're going with a QB2, give me 7 offensive linemen. Let's run the ball and see what we can do that way.